Hello everyone. World-class famous African photographers and photography isn't really something you read about every day. But now you can. There is a new book and a digital archive focusing on Mali. Joining me now to talk about it is its author, Dr. Candace K from East Lansing, Michigan. She is Associate Professor of African Art and Visual Culture in the Department of Art, Art History, and Design at Michigan State University. That's MSU. She's also Associate Director of Matrix, which is the Center for Digital Humanities and the Social Sciences. Hi, Candace. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Heather. Thanks for having me.
First, your book. What's the title and when did it go to press?
Imaging Culture, Photography in Mali, West Africa. It was published in July of this year, 2021.
What's it about?
I tried to write a history of photographic practice in Mali from the 1880s all the way to the present. Because such a story doesn't really exist in press, and I wanted to provide a context for the ways in which photography came to the country, how it's been used, the important roles that it played.
And who are the photographers and how many photographs are featured?
Well, there are many photographers from several generations, at least 3 or 4. The most famous internationally of whom is Malik Sidibé, who won several awards before he passed away in 2016. Seydou Keita, Tijani Shitu, Adama Kouyaté. There's over 70 photographers that are included in the book in one way or another. Most of them have photographs represented, and there are about 175 photos in the book. In these photographs, there are a lot of practices, like the ways that people hold their body, gestures, handshaking, poses, clothing, the way that it's worn, and ideas that are more abstract, that are being communicated that you wouldn't know, it wouldn't be clear to you if you weren't aware of the cultural context and the cultural background. And that's what this book is really trying to do, is to explain local conceptions of photography, the local role that photographers have played, the significance that it's had, and the power that it's given people throughout history.
But now you also have this parallel digital archive. Tell me about that.
So this is a project that stemmed from my research over the past 20 years, talking with photographers, their families, the custodians of their collections. And 2 major concerns were repeatedly raised, which is the preservation of the physical archives themselves due to deterioration, climate, and also making them more accessible to international communities so that people are aware of these photographers and their important work. But in so doing, they become vulnerable to exploitation and theft. So we developed a group of partners, 5 photographers and their families, and Matrix, the Center for Digital Humanities and Social Sciences at MSU, conservators, and a whole group of people. There's about 50 of us, and we worked to try to make sure that we could digitize, preserve, rehouse, catalog, and protect these images so that they'd be freely accessible online in a low resolution for study purposes, but not exploitable in the international art market. But then high resolution versions are preserved for cultural heritage, but then also if people wanted to have projects, they would work with the families in order to get permission to do that. And so it's 5 photographers' archives, 128,000 negatives at the moment. It's been going on since 2009, and we're about to add a 6th photographer's collection this year.
And over these years, you've been collecting and rescuing, really, some of these pictures and negatives. They were in some pretty bad situations.
Yeah, and we've lost many over the years due to heat and other forms of damage. But I want to make it clear that it was important to all of us that the collections themselves, the physical original archives, remain in Mali. They don't move. And then we have the digital high resolution collections in many different places to try to ensure they don't get lost. over time.
It's exciting, exciting work.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed meeting Dr. Candace Keller and a few of the Malian world-class famous photographers. I'm Heather Maxwell. See you next time.